Hi, welcome to my video of a walkthrough of the Princess Andriana Hotel in Rhodes. This is going to show you is most of the things within the hotel, and I'll just take you through it. It's an absolutely fantastic hotel, this. I would probably give it 4.5 out of 5. Very good. That was the fountain that they light up on a night. This is now the main pool area. As you can see, it's quite smart. There's what I presume was an original building with hotel rooms in it. That's a shop underneath the hotel rooms there. And this also has the restaurant under it, the gym. There's table tennis there, as you can see. There's also a few bars in there, and there is a restaurant on the very top of that main building as well. Now, a lot of the other rooms are built on terracing, and this is showing you away from the main building. We were stopping in a room like this, in a family room, and the amazing thing about this hotel, as you can see, is there are these sort of swimming pools, these infinity pools, all over the place, sort of 40-50 metres long. It's quite extraordinary. You'll see them here, look. And they're outside the rooms. Now, you can pay extra and actually have one of those rooms that goes straight onto the swimming pools. We were there in October, even though it was nice weather, they were a bit cold. We had a room just above the next level up, which I think was probably a bit cheaper. But you'll see these terraced pools are all over the place, and I've never really seen anything like this in a hotel before. It's a really nice feature, and as we'll come on to, I'll show you the rooms shortly. So back to the main pool now. So this is the main pool area, as I said before, and this here is the snack bar. I'll show you a video of the snack bar, a clip of the snack bar shortly. But basically I'm going to walk here, past these rooms that are over here, and we're going to take it up to the up a bit of a hill, and up the hill there is, as you'll see, a theatre where they have the nighttime entertainment, and there's also football and tennis courts. So my son liked to play football here. On the subject of children, my children are early teens, and they thought it was fantastic here. They made lots of friends, and in fact we hardly ever saw them. So these rooms are all family rooms. These ones have their own little plunge pools as well here. All of these, they're even more expensive, I think, than the rooms which you can walk in to the larger pools. This is the kids club. Our kids are too old for that, so we never went in there, but there's as you can see, a little playground there. Hotel is extremely smart. I stay in a couple of all-inclusives a year, and this is one of the best ones I've been to. It was highly recommended, this, along with the Lanzarote Princess, which is owned by the same small group of hotels. So you can see, if you've got mobility problems, some of the rooms are actually quite high up on this terracing. Not up at this side, but you could see it above the children's club there. So some of them are a bit of a walk up quite steep hills. That's the way it's set out. So we're just coming up now to there's a crazy golf up here and a tennis court. There's the golf, we played that a few times, fine. Very nice tennis courts. As you can see, the hotel's extremely well maintained. Now as we come round here, we come up to an amphitheatre, and this is where they have the entertainment and shows on an evening, which is outside. It's much like the Rhodes Princess Hotel, which is in the same group as I say. Quite a big amphitheatre here. They have different shows every night. They're all done by the animation team, but they're pretty good, quite entertaining. Now as we come up here, we come to the football courts. So if you've got children who like to play football, they get plenty of opportunities. In fact, my son who plays a lot of football, he was often up here just with his friends, just playing themselves, but they do have organised activities of football in the day and matches, which are organised by the animation team as well. So that's good. Now we're back down to, this is the other side of the snack bar that you saw when I was next to the pool. So this is the back side of it, if you like, where you can come in at this side as well. So at that hatch there, at that counter, you could get things like slushes, I think, but ice creams. So there's always a bit of a queue there for things. And then around here there was a buffet which was basically open all day. Apart from on an evening when this turned into a specialty restaurant. The food is very good here. The only thing I didn't like about this buffet is you'll see, to say it's outside, it's not really covered. There's something covering it on top, but not round the sides, and I was just a bit concerned flies and things could get on the food. That was really the only criticism I had of the entire hotel, and I did, when one of the managers asked me about what I thought, that was the only thing I said I could criticise about it, and they did say that they were going to look at putting better covers on it. So this is back down to the main pool again. It's a big pool. There's a bridge over it. That bridge is really nice that you just saw there. There that goes over the middle of the pool, because on a night the ground all lights up with fibre optics going over the pool. Plenty of sun lounges. We never had a problem getting a sun lounge, and there are some sort of big comfy chair things at one side as well. And over there you can see the bar, that circular bar right ahead at this point. So we'll go over the bridge and you can get a good look at the poles. Nice big pools. And there you can see it right at the very top of that building. There is where there's a restaurant where you can go. I think it's once a week on the all-inclusive package. Overall a very pleasant pool area indeed. Now this is in the main building and this is the main buffet. Food was pretty good. Much like the Rhodes Princess Hotel. Very similar type of food really. You can tell it's in the same group of hotels. As the usual, you've got fresh fruit section, you've got people on cooking stations. plenty of choice. It never seemed too busy. I think I filmed this at lunchtime. Now this is the indoor pool. Quick look at this. This is the gym. I did go in the gym. It's pretty decent. It has techno gym stuff in. 4 or 5 running machines, I think, from memory. Bikes and everything. It was a bit warm in there, but it's great to be able to get in a decent gym. Good equipment. Now, this is where our room was. We were right at the very top of this terracing, as far up as you can go, which we quite liked because we like it quiet, and this was at the end, really high up. But not only that, as you'll see, we got quite a nice sea view as a result as well. So the bathrooms are pretty large, double sinks, some fancy sort of strip LED lighting there. Very nicely decorated, just like the rest of the hotel. You got all the toiletries, you even got toothbrushes here, as well as robes and slippers. This was a family room, so it's got 4 beds. Great for when you go with the kids because it's got a divider as well between the two, so you can close it off and have some privacy. Plenty of wardrobe space. Tea and coffee. It's a really big room. 2 TVs. As I say, there's absolutely nothing to complain about really with this hotel at all. Very smart, very well maintained. We had a really nice view of the sea. If I can get the door open. And as you'll see, there's another one of these pools there that I was telling you about before down below. Which, as I say, there's a lot of these things throughout the hotel. Must have cost a fortune to build. And believe it or not, there is a road between us and the sea there, as I'm going to show you, because if you want to get over to the beach, which this hotel has some beachfront land, you've got to go under a tunnel, which is at the other side of those buildings you could see in front of our room. So I'm going to do that now. So we're walking from the main pool area, and this is where you go if you want to get to the beach area, which is separated from the hotel by a road. So what they've done is they've tunnelled underneath. So that gives you an idea of the activities that are on the animation every day. On my videos I always like to show one of those if I see one, so now people are interested in what activities are going on. They're the different shows that they've got on any given day. That's the entrance to the buffet restaurant, which I showed you before, the main buffet restaurant. That's all the entertainment on the different days. The shows that are up in that, mainly up in that amphitheatre I showed you before. Now we'll continue our walk over to the beach area. Some rooms are on the other side of the road, and so if you want to come into the main hotel complex from one of those, you come under this tunnel. This This is where we're going. This is where we're effectively going underneath the road that's in front of the hotel. So over on this side you've got the bar. There's also the area where they do aerobics and yoga and things like that, which is sort of a studio above it. And as I said, you've got some rooms over here. I'm not entirely sure I'd want to have been over at this side of the road, but I did stay there, so it might be fine. They're the ones over this side of the road, and you'll see that wall there. That's where the road is on the other side of that. There is, however, a lift over on this side to get up and down there. So there you can see the road, which is a reasonably busy road, main road, but it's not packed with cars, but it's sort of a main road. It's not really a back road. So these hotel rooms, I suppose the positive point is they're very close to the beach. And they also have some bigger gardens on these, as you'll see. So we continue down here towards the beach. You'll see they've got sort of quite big garden areas on them, and private pools on them as well. So they could even be more expensive, I don't know. And then after those, there is a little road, but this road is a sort of very quiet back street road. And you can either go out of that gate there and walk over that road, that gate you just saw, or there is another underpass. Which is where we're going to go. You can see it's a large complex, this, when you take everything into account. It was very nice over here when we finally get there. So this is owned by the hotel. This is all the hotels, so you can see they've got another sort of snack bar thing here. Which is quite substantial. Nice seating area. They did have a barbecue over here as well. And this is up here is where they do some of the gym classes. In a studio that's sort of built on top. I think I went to do stretching or something in there with my wife. That's quite a nice area for doing things like that. See the sea. and back down. And we'll go and have a look on the beach. So you know I said there was a barbecue, that's it there. I think you had to pay for that if you wanted to go to it. We didn't bother. And this is their, whether it's private totally, I don't know, but it's really just for the hotel guests because there's nobody else would be going on it. The beaches around here aren't white sand, they're a bit grey, but it was fine. To be honest, we didn't spend much time on the beach, we were mainly in the pool areas. But all these sunbeds down here were free for people who were staying at the hotel. Yeah, so the beach is pretty good. So on a night, as I said, there were shows on a night. We did a Michael Jackson one that was quite good. This was a bit of a comedy thing they were doing. And you know, I told you about the bridge, which has fibre optics in it. So that's about it for the video. Hotel is highly recommended. I'd probably give it 4.5 out of 5. As I say, it's one of the best ones I've stayed in, I think, really. Food is good, drinks are okay, hotel's beautiful, the building's lovely, rooms are fantastic, service was good. What's not to like? Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that's been helpful in you making a decision on booking.